Welcome to the second leg. With me, Will, we talk everything from the Premier League to the EFL Championship, all things football. Just me, no filter, no rubbish, just pure football chatter and news in every week in this new show. This weekend couldn't have been even better for Episode 1, let's be honest, guys. It's been one hell of a weekend from Leeds United, losing at Ellen Road, our club, or my club, I should say. Ellen Road was it uproar with Tottenham scoring 2 and Leeds only scoring 1, which sucked so much for me. Genuinely, I thought we could get a win, but it sucks. And obviously, Matthias Tell got his goal, and then Kudos as well. And great first goal for Okafor in that final third. I'm really happy about that tap-in for Okafor. It really does give you that confidence in him. And not just that, the confidence for himself as well, guys. I think with him being a new star at the club, it's been one hell of a journey. But Episode 1 couldn't turn around any quicker. And Liverpool have lost again, a third consecutive game. And this time it was at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, which was a late winner. Haaland saved City again, and Arsenal quietly went top of the league after Liverpool losing against Chelsea. Let's break it all down in the second leg. Well, Liverpool's third straight defeat. Where did it go wrong? Because Liverpool are in trouble now. 3 defeats in a row. It's not looking good. That's not a blip. That is a pattern that we continuously see. And to be honest with you, Chelsea beating them 2-1 in the 94th minute with a Stavio Villian, that was incredible. His first ever Premier League goal, incredible for him, but disastrous for Liverpool. Now, key stats of the game. Liverpool 57% possession, 10 shots and only 3 on target. Now, Salah had 35 touches and 0 shots on target, whilst Chelsea's XG 1.7 and Liverpool 0.9. To be honest with you, Arne Slot's side looked really flat. Very flat, predictable, and mentally fragile. It felt very defensively poor by Liverpool when Chelsea pressed in the first and in the last 15 minutes. If I'm honest, Liverpool completely lost their shape, genuinely. The midfield looked exhausted, and Salah, he's been a shadow of himself recently, and fans are right to ask the questions of Arne Slot right now. Imagine saying that 2 months ago, that Liverpool would lose 3 on the bounce, and especially Chelsea, of all teams, would be composed and confident, guys. That is madness, genuinely. And to be honest with you, it's been a crazy weekend. Let's run through the key results of the weekend. Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1, Man City 1, Brentford 0. Arsenal beat West Ham 2-0, which is brilliant. First of the league now, by the way. Manchester United actually get a first win in a very long time. 2-0 versus Sunderland. I thought Sunderland would pull something out of the bag and actually do something explosive against Manchester United. But unfortunate for Sunderland. Sunderland are definitely not getting relegated this season. Everton 2, Crystal Palace 1. Jack Grealish definitely is stepping up the pressure in stoppage time for Everton. But let's break it down. Deep dive. Chelsea's system. Maresca's 4-3-3 worked perfectly. Palmer floating between the lines. Caicedo aggressive in transition. Gusto and Chilwell bumming it forward, guys. Liverpool's issues. High line exposed again. Szoboszlai too advanced and leaving Endo isolated, which you know, it sucks genuinely for Liverpool. I feel like they're on that running streak, and now these past 3 games have been really poor for them. But a key moment, minute 94, Enzo threads it wide, cross lands Estabio. Cool finish, guys. Very cool finish indeed. Chelsea bench explodes. Maresca gets sent off because he goes and celebrates with Estabio, and Stamford Bridge absolutely erupts. But Liverpool, heads dropped instantly, and that's not Liverpool we knew under Klopp. But now it's Arne's turn to absolutely come and dominate the league. That's what they need to do. but unfortunately they haven't so far. Arsenal just keep ticking along, don't they? Genuinely, I think a 2-0 win over West Ham has been excellent, especially clean, controlled and mature in those final thirds. We know Declan Rice scored against his old club, West Ham, and Bukayo Saka scored his 200 Premier League appearance goal for the club from the spot. But guys, that's the consistency. He's a real deal. I think Bukayo Saka come from injury. I think, it's one of those ones where he's done excellent. He's always going to be the star boy of Arsenal, especially with Arsenal's 65% possession. 17 shots to West Ham 6, which is wild. And Declan Rice, 1 goal, 90% goal accuracy, 6 ball recoveries. Arteta's 300th game as manager. That is huge. He's built an identity, but have they won the league yet? No. That is where the silverware needs to come for Arteta this season. Can he stay in his job to actually win the league? And they finally look a side that expects to win every single game. And that's what I like to see. Just like with Leeds, we want to do that. And guys, you can feel it. When Arsenal scored that first goal, you could see the uproar. There was no panic, no chaos, no all of the above. It was just business. It feels like a team that's genuinely grown up. Now, the question is, can they sustain the injuries hit? They've just had bad luck over the past few months with bad injuries and fitness. And most importantly, they've had massive team injuries like Odegaard and Saka. But now that stability is starting to come back a little bit. But for now, every bit like champions. For now, they look like champions in the waiting to absolutely smash the Premier League this season. Guys, moving on to City. What a game against Brentford. Genuinely, City beat Brentford 1-0. Not spectacular, but they got the 3 points in the end. And most importantly, by the Leeds boy, Erling Haaland, smashed it home. 9 goals in 9 games now, which is really good for him. Now, across all competitions, which is very, very good. He's inevitable, but here's the bigger story, guys. Rodri went off with a hamstring issue, which doesn't look good for him, to be honest, and that honestly could be the biggest injury of City's season. When Rodri doesn't play, the possession drops a little bit. It goes from 83% to 47%, which is quite interesting, really. And that's not me saying that. That's the stat, guys. Genuinely, he's their balance and their calm. So let's see what happens there. So the game stats that we have: City 72% possession, 19 shots to 4. Haaland's XG was 1.4. Should have had 2, really. But it's weird though, isn't it? City are still dominating matches, but they're very much nowhere near where they need to be. And most importantly, they don't feel as scary this year, which I guess it's because of the system, the new players. Maybe it's a bit of fatigue. Who knows, guys? But Pep even looks frustrated. But guys, let me know your thoughts on that one. Will they still win the league? I highly doubt it. I think Arsenal or Liverpool will definitely get that spot. Guys, Arsenal very much could do it this season, and Man City are creeping in the back door. Who knows? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Aston Villa, they're flying, guys. Very much flying. But here's a story not getting enough love. Malin scored twice, guys. Twice as they beat Burnley 3-1, and now that is 4 wins in a row, which is good. Unai Emery has turned Villa into a machine, a real oiled machine, which they're pressing smart, they're doing things properly, they're braving the football, and most importantly, they've got the balance all over the pitch. But can they keep up the momentum throughout the league and throughout the games throughout the year? Guys, this is all about Aston Villa. Can they get back where they were before? Do you think top 4 is unrealistic for Aston Villa? Let me know your thoughts, because it could be the big 6. They could definitely be within the big 6, Aston Villa. They're a very good side indeed. Now, Manchester United have won their first game the other day against Sunderland, 2-0. Now, we all know they needed that. Genuinely, I think Almiron's tired, stressed, and most importantly, sick of the punditry, which you're supposed to get judged anyway if you're a pundit. Obviously, if you haven't seen the overlap, go check that out. The Sky Sports podcast with Gary Neville. I think he was very much pressed against Almiron's comments. But guys, let me know your thoughts on that one. Mason Mount finally scored. Sesko added another. It looked very controlled, but I'm still not convinced about Manchester United. There has to be accountability taken from the players, not just the manager, because these players and the system clearly isn't working. Why is Fernandes moving into a midfield option, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever? There's no identity. You can tell that Almiron wants to build. Some matches they press high, and others they sit quite deep, which is interesting because the team of individuals are trying to remember what shape they're supposed to be in. But the thing is, guys, they've got enough talent to win the games. It doesn't matter. When it comes down to it, you're just playing football, right? Yes, you can get tactics, but if you haven't got the passion to play, to fight for your club, fight for the badge, what are you doing there? Genuinely. There's players like Maguire. Is he good enough for Manchester United anymore? I don't think so. He's too slow. Guys, if you're a Man United fan, that's probably the most frustrating thing, right? Losing and then winning against Sunderland, which is good. They had to win because I feel like Almiron would have been sacked by then and Ratcliffe would have given up. But guys, let me know your thoughts on that one. And if you are a Manchester United fan, let me know your thoughts, because can you win the next game? Let me know in the comments. Then Newcastle stepping up the mark. Bruno Guimaraes, masterclass, guys. Masterclass. Feels like they're back in the rhythm. Guys, what a weekend. Arsenal top, City chasing, Villa flying in VAR, failing us once again. If you enjoyed the first episode of the second leg, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't done that already, please do. And let me know what you want to see from the show. We're not just going to have the second leg show, but we're also going to do vlogs. We're going to games and most importantly, commenting on football. Guys, I'll see you guys very soon and have a good one.